Okie doke. Space Quest 2. So, I gotta admit that I played Space Quest 2 a few days ago. And I remember a lot more about it than I thought I did. Like, a lot more about it than I thought I did. So I'm probably going to finish that tonight, because I finished it a couple days ago. So, yeah. I don't know if anybody heard any of what I just said, though, just because it looks like my stream is taking a while to actually get started. We'll see. In any case, yeah, I am planning on possibly starting Space Quest 3 tonight, just because it's easy to finish Space Quest 2. There are some things that that aren't super easy, but they're just, you require a few save and restores, because it's easy to accidentally make a wrong move. But I pretty much know how to do this game. So I'm afraid this is probably not going to be terribly interesting, but it is funny, though, because everything I thought was in Space Quest 2 was actually in Space Quest 3. Because after I finished Space Quest 2, I was like, none of the story elements that I thought were here were in here. That's all in Space Quest 3. So we'll see. We'll see how Space Quest 3 goes, because I don't think I remember nearly as much about that one that I do about Space Quest 2. So I'm gonna start up the game now. Launch Space Quest 2. This music is so fantastic, right? Vohal's Revenge. Now, if you remember from the first one, Vohal was the creator of the Star Generator, and you destroyed the Star Generator in the first game. As you will recall, in our last chapter, you had just foiled the Saurians' fiendish plot to rule the galaxy by using the Star Generator as their weapon of destruction. You became a hero by saving countless lives and returning the Star Generator technology into safe hands. Life was beautiful. I don't know if it's actually gonna... I can't remember if you have to hit spacebar on this one. Probably. But heroes come and go, and people soon forget. Your celebrated herodom slowly fades, leaving you, once again, a janitor. The promotion to head janitor was no consolation, especially since you are the only member of the janitorial staff, nor was the transfer to Orbital Station 4. Sweating like a pork beast in a pressure suit while relocating space debris in zero gravity just wasn't your idea of a good time. Life sucks. Again. Xenon, Orbital Station 4. So I can't name myself anything else than what I'm supposed to be. I'm Roger Wilco, and I will never not be Roger Wilco. Orbital Station 4 is one of many orbiting Xenon, your home planet. It is a transfer point for travelers seeking transportation to the various planets in the Irnan system. As we begin this chapter of our story, we find you, Roger Wilco, ace janitor, doing what you do best. I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning. Woohoo. Yeah. Yeah, I'm cleaning. Uh-oh. A beep emanates from your wristwatch. You release your grip on the broom. The broom floats away, never to be used again. That makes the third one this week. Wait till your boss finds out. I keep losing these stupid brooms. Look at watch. Press H. What's my horoscope? Your horoscope for today. Keep up the good work. Today could bring that big promotion you think you deserve. Don't take any wooden buckazoids. Okay then. Press T. What's the time? Time is 11:26. Temperature is negative 47 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cold. Rooms in space. Yeah, there's 3 of them now. At least for me. Press C. Communicating. What's my communicator saying? Roger Wilco, get in here on the double. You've got a mess to clean up in the shuttle which just returned. One of the passengers got space sick on the way down. Besides, you should have been done out there an hour ago. Get a move on. I'm a lazy janitor. I pressed enter. With that, the image disappears. Okay. Well, I guess I can come in. La, 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 la. I'll walk up this wall. I'll walk up the wall. I'll walk on the ceiling, 'cause it's 0 gravity. I am so cool. I am so... Stand by for decontamination. Wonder what that actually does. I need my clothes. Big suit. Alright, I need my stuff. Open locker. Look in locker. Bravely peer into the locker. Find a Cubics Rube puzzle and your athletic supporter. Take all. Okay. Close locker. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Look at all the people. It's about time you got in here, Roger Wilco. Head for the shuttle bay on the double. I'm warning you, you're on your last leg around here, bud. One more screw up in your history. He then orders the transportation officer to send you directly to the shuttle bay and nowhere else until the job has been completed. Look around. You are in the transportation control room of the orbital station. The room is abuzz with activity as technicians monitor XOS for operations. A pneumatic transport tube is accessible from the walkway above. Talk to man. The chief's not happy with you, Roger Wilco, the man says. You'd better get over to the shuttle bay soon. By the way, you still owe me 20 buckazoids. You best cough it up soon. No thanks. I don't even think I have that. I don't think I have a single buckazoid, actually. Probably wasted them all in the slots. Whoosh. Whoosh. Look around. You're in the orbital station's shuttle bay. A shuttle fresh from a passenger drop-off on Xenon is refueling for its next trip. A pneumatic transport tube is accessible from the walkway. A refueler replenishes the shuttle's supply. Look at refueler. I don't have a good view from here. Well. I wish I could just, pull the plug on the ship. It'd be ideal. It's not much to look at. The refueler is just a rectangular structure which bears a pressure gauge and a hose outlet for the transfer of fuel. The hose is currently hooked to a shuttle. Unhook hose. That's not a good idea. Being as unskilled as you are, you would probably cause some sort of fiery catastrophe. Leave it alone. It's automatic anyway. Okay. I've never actually tried this, but I have to. Unhook Pose. Aw, it's not gonna let me. Sometimes if you do it twice, it'll let you. Look at pressure gauge. The gauge seems to register about 3/4 full. The refueling is nearly complete. That's not your job to worry about, though. Look at ship. Shuttlecraft is your standard 10-passenger short commute vehicle. It was primarily designed to ferry people and supplies between orbital stations, Xenon, and other orbiting spacecraft. Smell ship. I can't smell the ship. It's probably stinky in here. I mean, they said somebody got space sick. You enter the shuttle and start sniffing around for the mess you must clean. See? You're surprised to find that the shuttle is not empty. There are 2 extremely ugly suckers walking toward you. Hey, what the? Shit. Shit fuck. Thwack. Bink. Thud. Shit fuck thwack? Your protest is cut short as 2 interstellar ruffians proceed to thump you unconscious. Everything fades. Oh no. Time passes. More time passes. This is so suspenseful. A strange dream turns into the realization that you are being shaken and talked to by a voice unfamiliar to you. A dull ache triggers a distant memory of a scuffle in which you were the focal point. Upon awakening from your forced rest, it becomes quite apparent that you aren't in Kansas, Xenon anymore. You find that you are being held upright and under physical restraint from both sides by, you guess, the galactic goons you met on the shuttle. As you try to struggle free, you notice that your hands are tied behind your back. As the eyes dial into focus, you make out an oddly disfigured being seated before you. A sagging mass of flesh that appears to have been human at one time, tubes and wires extend from his body, leading to machines which keep him alive. Suddenly his visage stirs, and he begins to speak. Well, well, did we have a nice nap? I thought we would have to resort to drastic measures to wake you. Oh well. Welcome to my humble fortress, Roger Wilco. The name's Vohal, Sludge Vohal. I was the genius behind the star generator when it was still in the concept stages. It was to be my ultimate war weapon until some sissy-pants scientist decided it would be better used saving lives rather than destroying them. What a waste of technology. Excuse me if I sound bitter. Anyway, you ruined my Sarian operation. I was going to use the star generator to make Xenon pay for what they did to me. They were going to know my wrath in a big way. You somehow managed to change all that. Oh, I suppose I should have known better than to use those mental midget Sarians. That's not the point, however. You are responsible, and you shall pay. Besides, I have another plan, and you'll not be around to foil it. I have devised a plan so horrible, so frightening, so diabolical, that no one will be able to stop me. Observe my latest creation. I intend to infest your planet with thousands of these genetically engineered door-to-door life insurance salesmen. I will at last reap sweet revenge from the scientific community that mocked me. My plan was to kill you, but I've had a change of heart. Ha ha ha. Get it? He peers down at the hoses protruding from his chest and connected to a life support system. Forgive me. I'm a kidder. I've decided I would get much more enjoyment watching you suffer. My associates will escort you to the surface of Labion, where you will perform many painful hours of manual labor in my mines. Be seeing you. An injection renders you unconscious. Your drugged carcass is loaded onto a shuttle. Upon reviving, you look through the viewing port to see Vohal's massive asteroid fortress getting smaller. And here we go. Are you ready for the worst sound effect in the game? Be prepared. After touching down on a giant landing platform, you are ushered to a hovercraft waiting to transport you to the mining site. Utter despair sets in. game can't even handle the worst sound effect in the world. No. Uh-oh. Oh great, I suppose we're out of fuel. Way to go, Gorf Breath. Don't blame me, it was your turn to fill up. You're always forgetting to do it. Wait till the master finds out. You're in big trouble. Hey, don't talk to me that way, you slime bucket. I filled it last time, dip. The argument between the two guards is cut short as gravity reasserts itself. Woo. Good thing that guard broke your fall. He doesn't look too happy about it, though. He kind of looks too dead. Push button. You press the button. The light goes dark, and you no longer notice the high-pitched beep. Do-do-do-do. Search. Guard. You search the grotesque body and find nothing. Search. Guard. You search the grotesque body and find a small, thin, magnetic card. It looks like a key card. You seem to recall seeing one somewhere in the past. Fake key card. Okay. Yay! Save game. Wheel. Wheel. That's how I say well. Alright, what now? I'm just stranded here. What do I do now? I don't know. Suddenly, from somewhere to the east, you hear a twang, followed by a high-pitched shriek. Can it not hide? Trying to find the place to hide in here. I don't remember. Hide. Maybe this works? I don't remember. Nope. Well. That's like the one thing I don't really remember. I just remember, like, running away from them. So I'm gonna save the game again when I get up here. Because I actually don't remember how to hide from them. But I know you get points from it. Maybe it's the rock? Or maybe it's this tree up here, the little tree. Hide. Don't understand. Hide behind tree. It doesn't look like I'm hiding very well here. I can see my arm and stuff. This is probably not a good place. But I think if I don't hide, the guy comes back a bunch of times. Yeah, I gotta go east. I know I have to go east next. Maybe I just hide here. Hide. I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna hang out behind this tree. Maybe he can't get me back here. We hear the hovercraft. Come on, guys. He can't see me. Yay. Woo! That was a tense moment. Valhall's thug failed to spot you. It is off to search elsewhere. Yay! I hided. I successfully hided. Alright. Let's go see what's going on with that twang to the east. No, very sneaky. I'm so sneaky. What is this? Look, beast. The little creature caught in the snare has thick-looking pinkish skin. He looks to be less than a meter tall. He doesn't seem too thrilled with this predicament. Talk to beast. He doesn't respond. Untie beast. There you go, little guy. Enjoy. Enjoy your freedom. Talk to beast. Oh. Well, he ran off in a plane, and that thing basically said he ran off, and I can't follow him. Because it's too small. It's not something I can do. Can't get through there. Alright. Ooh. Look around. This is another clearing in the otherwise heavily wooded area of the forest. There's a plateau near the back. Look, ground. Ground looks like everywhere else, with the exception of some growths which look like spores or pods. Look, spores. Spores are light blue and bulb-shaped. They seem to be loosely attached to the ground. Take spore. You take possession of one of the spores, being careful not to mistakenly break it open. That's useful. Actually, while I'm over here, I might as well do this too. Whoa! Look, beast. You can see a little guy across the clearing picking some sort of berries from a bush. Talk to beast. You startle the small creature, causing him to bolt into the underbrush. No! Save game. Berry time. Time to go get those berries. Well, this is rather hard. Because if you touch these things, like, I'm basically going to save every time I get any place closer. If you're lucky, you'll see. Actually, if you're lucky, you'll see me do this without actually getting eaten once. But you're probably not lucky. I'm probably not lucky because I can't usually make it through this without getting eaten once. But I'm doing really good this time. So hard. Berry time. Doing really good. Yay! Totally got here. Take berries. Da 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 da. Snag some of the odoriferous red berries. Save. So yeah, if I now I gotta get back through. If I don't get eaten by the huge monster, I will have to show you what it does when I get back. 'Cause I've never done this well before on this particular part. It might be just because I've done it previously like in the last few days, but there we go! So that's what happens. You've succeeded in establishing contact with one of this planet's life forms, and it looks like you'll get to examine it up close and personal. Yep. But the giant root-looking thing is giving you a guided tour of its digestive system. What you experience next is too horrible to describe. Let's just say that you die as a result. You are dead. Trust me. It may please you to know that during the night you didn't digest well. For a while, gastric distress made it extremely unpopular with the other root monsters. Way to go, Wingnut. Once again, you demonstrated your inability to sustain life. You quickly glance around the room to see if anyone saw you blow it. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been a swell to watch. Have a nice day. Alright. So, I did get eated. Yep. So let's not get eated again. Score increase. Yay. Alright, so I got those berries. I got the berries. Woohoo. Duh. By the way, I never actually looked in my inventory, so let's do that now. Because, you know, you don't know what I have in my inventory. I do, but you don't. So I have this order form. What's this? And the dialect translator from the first one. Let's look at the dialect translator first. Make sure it's on, because that's important, right? The dialect translator is a small device. It is on. That's good. Oops, I didn't mean to save, but okay. Let's look at that order form. What was that, right? Yeah, that's why I had to get eaten at least once, even if I had made it through the whole thing. I would have gotten eaten at the end just to show you guys what the death is like, because it is pretty funny. This is an order form you removed from a magazine for a free Labion Terror Beast mating whistle. It is ready to be mailed. What? We're on the planet Labion, right? So I can call a Labion Terror Beast. That sounds like a good idea, right? You have no idea how much I forgot where you use that whistle in the game and how many times I used it a couple days ago in different places before I realized, before I came to the screen where you're actually supposed to use it and went, oh yeah, this is where I'm supposed to use it. Yeah, I was just like, where do I use this? I just kept blowing the whistle on every screen. So, this is the mailbox. Look at mailbox. Mailbox looks typical for a mailbox. There's a slot, a tray, and a sign. Let's read the sign. The sign says Radical Express, when it totally, no doubt for sure, has to be there a while previously. Put order form in mailbox. Drop the order form into the box. The mailbox hums and buzzes for a while, then an object of some sort drops into the tray at the base of the box. The machine goes silent. Look, tray. The tray is actually a small indentation in the lower part of the machine. It is currently bearing what looks to be a whistle. Take whistle. Okay. Alright, I got the whistle now. Got whistle? Yep, I do. So this is quite different from all my other streams in that I completely know everything about this game. I usually play games that I've never seen before or that I have vague memories of. And, look at Beast. You see a small fleshy being. He appears to be rubbing something on his body. He's running through that swamp like it's nothing. Rub berries on body. You rub the berries all over your body. You now smell like a walking ammonia inhalant. Oh, yum. I'm a swamp thing now. La 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 la. Yuck. Ya la 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 la. Wade through the swamp. Look around, by the way. You're standing at the edge of yeah, I'm standing at the edge, right? Of an eerie swamp. You can hear the croaks and moans of swamp life, none of which you are eager to encounter. Uh-oh. What's that? Look, eyes. You must be seeing things. Yeah. I'm totally seeing things, right? Look at those eyes. Here they come. They're gonna eat me. Oh no! Whoa! You feel something slimy clamp down on your leg and almost as suddenly spit you back out. You distinctly hear the sounds of aquatic gagging and retching. Evidently you had a bad aftertaste from the berries. Well. Let's go around this tree. You have stepped into a deeper area of the swamp. You are forced to swim. I'm still a swamp thing, so. Hold breath. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs to near bursting, and head for the depths below. Whee! I'm a swimming. Look around. To your amazement, you find yourself in an underwater cavern. The water here is much clearer here than in the swamp above. Well. Look around. There's nothing there that you can't already see. I'm a swimming. Don't I look stupid? Roger Wilco's swimming ability, it leaves much to be desired, I think. He kind of... Wee. Wee. Well, I'm out of here now. Look around. You are in a small grotto below the swamp. A strange light dances off the walls of this cave. Its origin, a glowing gem situated on top of a boulder. Take gem. You take the glowing gem. Save. Still a swamp thing. Hold breath again. Once again, you wisely take in a load of air and head below. By the way, if you don't hold your breath and you just dive without holding your breath, you die because you didn't hold your breath. True facts. I can't get through here. Why can I not get through here? There we go. I'm swimming. I'm swimming. What time is it? Okay. This game is so short when you know how to do it. So, you've gotten out of the deep spot and are back on your soggy feet. Alright, let's continue wading through the swamp. I wonder what awaits us on the other side. Am I walking? Okay, good. Sometimes you don't know and you just kind of have to guess that you're not walking because you're walking behind something and maybe you run into it and stop and you can't tell. Look around. You're at the east end of a swamp area. Forest extends to the east. Alright. So, I'm still a swamp thing, but almost done. Well, pretty much done with swamp, but, you know. What is this? It's a... You're in a lightly forested area. A large fissure nearby seems to lead straight down. Well, that looks dangerous. Look, fissure. The fissure appears to be very deep with sheer sides. You can make out no detail as it darkens towards the bottom. Alright, climb tree. This tree is dead and seems to be free of the slick secretion some of the others generate. You begin to shinny your way up the snag. Whatever. Here I go. Crack. Oh no! Oof. Holy log gems, Batman! You almost ate the big one! I did. Look down. Not right now. Don't look down. Don't look down. Let's just walk through this forest. Oh no! Yikes, you have been snared. Suspended above the ground, you are unable to move freely. Untie self. Not right now. Not right now! Maybe later. Swing. Swing the rope while hanging upside down would only promote nausea. Might be fun though. Wiggle. Not right now. After a while, the cerebral fireworks begin. Capillaries begin to burst under the strain. You pass out. Once again, time passes. And then, some more time passes. While unconscious, you have the strangest of dreams. You imagine that your name is Larry. You are wearing something known as a leisure suit, apparently made of 100% synthetic materials and proven to generate large amounts of static electricity. Shameless plug. While promotting a locale known as the Land of the Lounge Lizards, you spend your time badgering women of the area to participate in bizarre mating rituals such as... Just then, consciousness begins to creep in. Don't you love their advertisement for their other games? It's wonderful. Your head begins to clear, and you realize that you have been imprisoned. Your captor appears to be that large oaf sitting near the fire. Look, beast. Hunter looks hungry. Okay, I'm gonna save. Huntery thing. Yell. The hunter seems to ignore you. Yell again. Oh, he doesn't ignore me now. Hunter stands and takes a long look in your direction. His face, though strange in its own right, bears an expression one might see on a freak show patron. He moves closer. Yes. Throw spore at beast. Upon impact with the ground, the spore opens and spews its dust into the air. The hunter falls to the ground paralyzed. Search beast. You search the large, not to mention uncleansed body of the hunter. You find a key, which might unlock the cage. Other than that, you find only a few assorted parasites clinging to him. Take key. Reach through the bars and take possession of the key. Unlock cage. You slip the key into the lock and give it a turn. The lock snaps open. Open door. You open the cage door. I'm free! Take rope. You grab the rope. This is so awesome. Look around. You are at the edge of a forest. The boundary is a sheer cliff at the east side of the area. In the distance you see a landing platform, possibly the one which welcomed you to this strange lush world. Look. Shuttle? The shuttle in the distance looks like it would be a nice thing to have right now. Doesn't it? Okay. Let's go back. Because now we has a rope. A magical adventurer's rope. But not, because we're not in King's Quest. Whoa, I almost fell off that cliff. Get on log. can't do that from here. Okay, well, how about now? Yeah, there we go. Tie rope on log. We're not near a good place to tie the rope. Okay, let's go down the middle. How about that? There we go. Climb down. Look. Beast. He's a hearty-sized fellow. You would guess him to be quite an energy guzzler. His stare suggests serious caloric lust. Look. Rock. It looks hard and useless. Look. Down. I don't understand your request. Alright, I gotta save here, because I'll probably die. Maybe once. I don't know. Maybe not, because this isn't that difficult of a part. Beastie thing? I'll call it beastie thing. So I gotta get all the way down on the bottom of the... Oh! Yeah, see, I died. Reach the end of the rope. This is a negative effect on your resistance to the urging of gravity. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been most entertaining. Alright. So don't go quite that far. Like there. That's good. Swing. Whee! I'm swinging. Now I'm going to save one more time, because that's actually the hardest part. Now I just have to wait until it's a good time to release the grip. Because it swings more and more each time. A little closer each time. Like, you notice if you watch the pixels, it gets a little bit closer. Little bit closer. Oh, he's starting to grab at me. That's not a good sign, right? He's gonna grab me. Cha-ching. Past the beastie thing now. Oh, dark cave, dark cave. This isn't good. But remember, I got that gem. Take out the gem and hold it in your palm. The room is illuminated by its glow. You hear a small shriek and the sound of many footsteps moving away from you. Let us walk through this cave. Actually, I think I have to do that. Yeah, I have to get past those stupid rocks. I'm in a cave. Oh no! The ground below your feet disappears. You tumble down through the darkness. Kabunk. Dust off. Self. That was a rather spectacular entrance. All systems seem to be intact, though. Take gem, because it fell out of my hands. The dwellers mumble something. The translator responds with, "Follow us, Beanpole!" They hurry away. Well. Well. Little beasts, come back. Welcome to our canyon. You look to be from out of town. On behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you for saving our compadre from the hunters. You are welcome to stay in the canyon as long as you like. When you are ready to leave, simply say the word, and my assistants will show you the only way out for a being of your size. When you leave, however, we must seal the exit behind you for our own protection. Goodbye and good luck. Alright, so I gotta save again, because I'm about to do a maze thing. And I don't remember the maze. I don't have that memorized, so this might take a little bit. The word, I said. Here I go. Hold gem. Right, oh, I like this. I gotta do this. You can't maneuver with the gem in your hand. Alright. Well then, hold gem in mouth. Ah, better. Not a great deal better, but better. Alright. So, I've gotta figure this out now. It's a maze. Where do I go? How do I get out of here? You can't see very much. Suddenly an inhuman guttural moan echoes through the narrow caves. You're not sure which direction it came from. The only thing you do know for sure is that you've just soiled your undergarment. Did they really have to tell me that? Did they? Really? So I know I just kind of keep moving down and right. I don't think this goes all the way through. Maybe it does. Oh, it's a dead end. So I do have to go down. Down. Oh, there's a path there. But this is still going down, so I'm gonna keep trying. Maybe I can go that way? Ooh, there's another one that I can go down. Oh, but I can't go down very far. That's kind of crappy. Maybe I can go this way. Let's keep going. Ooh, another ladder. Continue down. What? Stupid. Oh, I think I'm getting closer. Or maybe not. God damn it. There we go. Maybe it's here? Did I do this already? Please tell me I didn't do this already. I totally did. Shit, I'm gonna get eaten by a crew. I'm pretty sure I did this already too. Oh my god. Oh my god, this maze. Go that way. Why can't I go that way? What the hell? Like, it's not letting me go the way I want to go. I did this already, didn't I? Oh my god, this wasn't this hard the first time. I totally did this already, didn't I? Oh my god. totally did this already. It's not letting me go that way. It's not letting me go the other way, which is kind of weird. I'm just like stuck going in circles, aren't I? Yeah, that's basically what this is. I'm probably gonna get eaten at some point soon, because I don't remember how to get through this particular maze. There's gotta be a way. Oh, man. Apparently weren't paying attention when the chief cliff dweller explained that they would need to seal the opening behind you. You can no longer travel in the direction as a result. Oh, I'm back to the beginning! Yay! Well, this is the only way I can go to start. So I made it past the first screen. So I've got the option in this screen of going down or across. And I'm going across. Let's see what that changes. Oh, so I've got no other option but to go down. Now I've got like 50 options. Because I can keep going down, and then this opens up, so I can go one way or that way. I'm gonna keep going down. Now I've got that way too. That's 3 different options. I'm gonna try going this way. And I'm gonna try going down. Because I know I basically have to keep going down and to the right. Oh, I'm stuck. So this is probably a big loop, right? That's what I'm thinking. This comes out to this way. And this is... Oh my god. There are so many... Now... I don't think that there's any... Okay, good. That's a dead end. So, clearly, I do have to go down here and to the right. Now, I've got a ladder. I can go up or down. I'm gonna go take it down. Now I can go... It won't let me go to the right, or the left, I mean, so I'm guessing I have to go this way, which I did already. And that's a dead end. So I'm gonna continue my way down, even though I'm thinking this is a dead end too, right? Going this way is not a dead end. That's interesting. That's a dead end, though. Wait, there was another thing down here. Or wait. This is where it gets all confusing, because I have to draw a map or something. No, keep going to the left. Oh wait, that was the left, right? That was the way I got in? Yeah. Alright, so now we'll try going these ways. And yeah, just for the hell of it, we'll try going up. There's so many ways back, but not... I'm so lost. Let's just go back, because that makes a great deal of sense. Oh! Oh look! I'm eaten by the cave squid, that's what it was. Now you know why they wanted to close the hole behind you. You have become the unwilling victim of the dreaded cave squid. Tough luck. Well, not a Gru, you know, it's not that game, but you know, yes, you can get killed. So, at this point I feel like I need to draw a frickin' map. I didn't have this problem last time. I actually navigated it surprisingly quickly. Just by guessing. This is apparently not going to be the case this time. Did I just keep going? I think... I don't remember. No, I didn't. Just keep going. Okay. This is where I had to go down, and then I think I had to turn right. Okay, now this is the question. Up or down? This might be the place where it only goes back but not forwards. Okay. Alright, so let's go up. Holy shit! I was not expecting the cave squid to get me that quickly. I really didn't expect that. That was insane. That was so fast. Yeah. Nice pun there. By the way. I just saw that. Oh my god. This maze is going to be the longest part of the game, just so you know. Well, it's going to be the most boring anyway. I don't think there's anything else that requires this much trial and error. If I have to, I'll look up a frickin' map. Because they know they're out there. That's not the way I need to go. This is where I got eaten by the cave squid again, isn't it? Don't go that way. Don't go that way. We'll go this way. Why won't it let me go that way? I just have to know. Isn't this the way we went before? I'm really tempted to look up a map. Just so I don't have to draw this myself. I just didn't think this would be that difficult because I totally didn't have this problem with it before. Oh my god. I just keep going around in circles. What am I missing? Which direction am I not going, guys? This looks semi-promising, actually. This looks incredibly promising, actually. There's no other directions to go. Yay! Yay! Oh, finally. You have an opportunity to stand and spare your tender knees. The crystal clear water gives off a gentle glow. In abundance, it is able to glow or to light the room. You take the glowing gem from between your aching jaws. You notice it is overly moist as you slip it into your pocket. Alright. Finally done with the stupid maze. Now I get to go swimming. Yay, swimming! Swimming, swimming. Oh no, now I get to pick a direction. Which direction do I go? Let's pick right. But let's save the game first. Left or right? Because I actually don't remember if it's right or left. As you enter another of the mysterious subterranean chambers, you realize that the water is now racing toward a giant whirlpool in the middle of the area. You are caught in the strong current, powerless to alter your course. Actually, I think this is the right way. I don't think the other one has a whirlpool. Whee! Your body is sucked down, until finally you are able to resist no more and must yield to the overwhelming force. Hey, I got points for it, so you know. It was probably the right way to go. Geez, that was quite a trip. Peering around, you find yourself back in the open again. Yay! I'm here. Look around. You are in a little clearing which is surrounded by large boulders and impenetrable brush. There is water, in which you entered. At the bottom left, you can just see a landing platform in the distance. Blow whistle. You give the whistle a toot. It makes an odd sound. You hear an incredible whirring and grinding sound coming from the north. Suddenly, a Labian terror beast buzzes into the room like a tornado, and he looks like he could do as much damage as one. Row, cubics, Rube. Oh no! He already killed me. God damn it. Well, ain't that a hoot. That guy reduced you to a multicolored mound of coleslaw-like matter. Better than a Murph-Co slice-o-matic. You are dead, however. I think we already read that one. Didn't I restore game? Okay. Left or right? We picked right, and that was the correct way to go. So, I'll save after I get out of here so I don't have to do this again. Whee! Notice that I'm almost halfway through the game already. And how long have I been streaming? Like an hour? I thought it was going to only take me an hour and a half, but that stupid maze. Alright, so once I get to the screen before I'm about to blow the whistle, I'll save. Okay. Blow whistle. Row. Cubics Rube at Beast. You chuck the Cubics Rube puzzle over to the Beast. The Beast appears interested in your offering. Curiosity gets the better of him as he reaches down for it. He seems quite perplexed by the puzzling plastic polyhedron. Look, Beast. Boy, he certainly seems interested in that puzzle. Yes, he does. Take rock. You pick up a small rock generated during the Terror Beast's grand entrance. Yay. Alright, I'm gonna save again. Just because. Yay, terror beast. Alright. Throw rock at guard with supporter. Pew! You cleverly use the athletic supporter to sling the rock at the guard. It makes serious contact with the side of his head. We like the way you think. He drops like a lead parakeet. The ripe thought of impact is momentarily sickening. He is perfectly still. Can I not go through these bushes? I can't. God damn it. I don't think he has anything on him, but just in case. Find nothing. Okay. Use keycard in slot. Look door. The elevator is nothing spectacular to look at. On the left side is a thin slot. Put keycard in slot. Slide the keycard into the slot, then remove it. Okay. There we go. As soon as the elevator door closes behind you, the platform on which you rest begins to rise. Yay! Look, shuttle. Enter shuttle. Entry hatch being on the rear left of the shuttle. We'll have to move a little. Right here. There we go. Save game. In shuttle. Look. Screen. It is blank. Fasten seatbelt. That does not compute. Okay, I don't need to do that. That's right. Push power. Look. Screen. Ascent thrusters not ready. Attitude system horizontal control. Alright. Push, ascent, thruster, button. Shuttle begins to vibrate as the ascent thrusters ignite. Turn dial to VAC, I think. I think that's what I have to do. Attitude dial is now set to VAC. Look, screen. Vertical control, forward descend, back ascend. So I want to ascend. So pull the throttle back. Okay. I'm ascending. Go me. I know, right? Fastening seatbelt was important in the first game. But they just, like, threw it out the window in the second game. Who cares about that now? You're off the planet. Good work, Roger Wilco. Yay. A tone sounds. A soft synthesized voice notes that adequate altitude has been achieved. Ascent thrusters are now ineffective. Monitor draws your attention again. Minimum altitude achieved. So now I can turn the dial to horizontal attitude control. Boop. Attitude dial is now set to HAC. No, I can't remember. Is it? I think it's push to go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So push. Push. Throttle. Push. Here we go. Screens are suddenly splashed with the incredibly horrible image of Sludge Vohall. Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been waiting for you. Once again, my subordinates have failed me. Anyway, it looks like you'll be visiting me again soon. Don't bother trying to pilot the vehicle. I have taken control. You will be arriving at my command post shortly. I anxiously await your arrival. He closes with a chilling laugh. His image is frozen on the screens. The ship changes course as if it had a life of its own. All you can do is hang on. All right. Yeah, right? I could hit a broom and it could knock out a thruster or something, and then I wouldn't be able to land properly, and I'd be dead. So, yeah. You feel the ship bank. See, it's Vohal's asteroid there. This is like the part where it gets kind of crazy. The massive bay doors meet, jarring the entire vehicle bay. As you step down, the shuttle door slams shut behind you. You are quite surprised not to find several of Vohal's guards waiting to greet you. You begin to ponder what the twisted scientist might have in store for you. So I'm gonna save in Vohal's asteroid. This is where it gets dangerous and interesting. Look, buttons. The buttons look ordinary. Each button has a word next to it. In order, they are 1, 3, 4, and 5. Push 1. Aren't you glad no one saw that? The digital readout shows the number 1. The trick here is to push the number of a floor other than this one. Otherwise, it's no fun. See, I gotta do this because this is kind of amusing. Push 2. Hey, wake up! There is no button 2. I guess 2 is like R13 or something in Vohal's world. We'll push 3. So I'm gonna save because there are a lot of places I could die here, so. I have the funny feeling you're being watched. I can't imagine why that might be. No breakthroughs in interior design to report. It's just one of many tube-like sections of this custom asteroid. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I gotta explore in here. Push button. Aha! You know a janitorial closet when you smell one. Almost at once you sense an emptiness, a melancholy longing. You begin to feel homesick. Look around. It's quite dark in here. You do find a plunger, however. Take plunger. Okay. So game. Every new thing that I acquire, because I'm going to need all of it. I'm going to try going faster. Yeah. Fast actually works in this game. Fastest doesn't. However, fastest. Holy shit! That's something that can kill me. And it will keep chasing me, so I just gotta go all the way to the end. Or I could hide in the janitor closet, I guess, but. I don't think there's anything else on floor 3 that I need, though. I think I just need to go to 4 at this point. Da, 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 da. Da 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 da. Push button. Look around. It's quite dark in here. On the floor you notice a glass cutter. Take the glass cutter. Okay. And save again. Push button. I'm gonna go in the girls' room because it's the same room. Look around. You have stepped into a porcelain palace of sorts. It is obviously a restroom, a place which, in an interesting fashion, serves to exhibit the physical diversity of the universe. The walls are covered in an easy-to-hose-down synthetic material. Attached to them in various locations are devices designed to efficiently collect waste products from the life forms which are able to physically match up to them. On the back wall are stalls. 3 of them are in use judging by the various feet, which show beneath the stall doors. To the left are sinks. Look, sinks. Faucets aren't operational. Vohall didn't seem big on personal hygiene. Look, mirror. Darn, another pimple. Look, urinal. This one looks like a quad port, high-performance urinal manifold, especially useful for those multitudinously equipped. Also used in a pinch by up to 4 single-digit beings when the place is really packed. Yep. Look, urinal. This one is interesting. It has a bi-level arrangement with the upper opening about chin height on you. You might be careful about getting too close. Hopefully you'll not run into the being this fits. Look, urinal. Several stalls in the east wall, none of which are designed to accommodate humans. Okay then. Well, open door. Close door. Use toilet. Okay. You slide your uniform pants down and settle onto the cool ring. You go through whatever motions might be normal for you during this act. Refreshed, you grab your pants and compose yourself. Look around. The inside of the stall is a sight to behold. There is writing of various languages etched on the walls. The floor has an interesting coating of some type of congealed dreck. It appears that the toilet may have been white once. A toilet paper dispenser hangs on one wall. Take toilet paper. Okay. Look in toilet. Oh no, that was a mistake. It's more gross than anything I've described to you in the past. Let's just say that it's a good thing you didn't chow down recently. Flush toilet. Why? No one else has. And it would probably be risky to attempt without a flotation device handy. Good point. Open door. And we'll save again. One more floor. This one is kind of creepy. Push 5. So I still haven't died yet, so I'm gonna save again. Because this floor is actually... Push button. Look around. It's quite dark in here. There's a small wastebasket. On the floor next to it is a pair of crusty work overalls. Take basket. Okay. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventure game hero can carry? You just gotta know how to pack. Take overalls. You pick up the overalls. They are very small and quite worn out, not to mention filthy, and of no use to you. You toss them back on the floor. As you set them down, something falls to the floor. Look. Floor. You see some filthy overalls and a lighter. Take lighter. Okay. Alright. I believe I have everything now that I need. And I think he will, like, kill me if I walk too close, so... Oh no, one of the cells is opening. Who knows what unspeakable horror waits behind those steel bars? Watch it chase me. Push one! Ah, that alien almost got me. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I am done with the thing getting. So now I get to do this fun thing. The door behind you closes solidly. Uh-oh. A barrier springs up before you. Another barrier stands in your way. You feel the floor shift below you. It's moving to the left. Oh noes! Alright, so use plunger on barrier. And I gotta wait. Oh my god. Well, I think I'm gonna die now. Put plunger on. Yep. Can't type it that fast! Imagine, if you will, taking a bath in sulfuric acid and using pumice for a washcloth. After that bit of displeasure passes, it gets much worse as the acid slowly eats its way to the last critical organs. Finally, mercifully, death takes you. Another senseless tragedy. Alright. So, save before you do this, because, oops. That is what you have to do. I just forgot the wording. Alright, save game. Put plunger on barrier. There we go. Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply the suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. Let go. You release your grip and drop back down. Boop. Save game. Look around. You are in an attractive tube-shaped region of the asteroid. Look, ceiling? Ceiling looks ordinary except for some fixtures that look like sprinklers. Look, robot. Huge metal menace is specifically designed to secure a given area. When not busy, it is plugged into the wall, recharging. Imagine what NICADs would cost for that puppy. Oh no! He's gonna come get me. Look. There's one on this side too. Oh no. They're gonna come get me. Well, put basket on floor. Put basket down. Put paper in waste basket. Okay. Put basket down. There we go. Light paper. While receiving a nice hosing yourself, the basket fire is extinguished. Seconds later, a loud series of pops is followed by the smell of fried electronics. The sprinklers sense accomplishment and cease operation. It's of no use to you now. Look in basket. It doesn't let me. Your fire and subsequent shower seems to have shorted out the burnished bullies. Look, robots. Okay, so we already did that. They They can't get me. Neener, neener, neener. And I'm almost done with the game. You have just entered Vohal's secret chamber. The Evil One himself is seated before a large console high on a platform in the center of the room. Standing obliviously ready are many of the dreaded salesman clones. So, Roger Wilco, we meet again. I must say I'm quite impressed with your resourcefulness and tenacity. I'd love to chat, but I'm busy preparing the last of my salesman clones for their trip to Xenon. Feel free to stick around and observe the downfall of your civilization. Ha ha ha. An eerie glow illuminates the large chamber. Through the massive window, you can see out into deep space. Lighted consoles adorn the area behind Vohal's perch. Vohal awaits at the top of the stairway. Going somewhere? Ha ha ha. As soon as you step on the platform, you are struck by a beam of light emitted from a unit in the ceiling. In a matter of seconds, you are broken down into microparticles and extracted from the air. Again, the beam strikes, this time blasting into a glass jar on the console. It is there that you are molecularly reconstructed in a miniaturized form. Well, I'll be darned. My miniaturization beam does work, Vohal's voice booms. In the old days, I'd test these things on myself, but as you may have noticed by my appearance, being my own guinea pig has had its disadvantages. I guess this will keep you out of my way once and for all. You'll make a nice conversation piece. With that, Vohal turns away to put finishing touches on Xenon's fate. So I need to save again. Use glass cutter. The newly cut pane of glass falls to the counter. Apparently, Vohal doesn't notice. Woohoo! Get in vent. You wiggle your slim carcass through the vent. Look around. Judging from those two hoses coming in from outside, you guess that this is the inner workings of Vohal's life support system. A respirator pumps oxygen into his lungs, while a pump on the back wall forces blood through filters. There's also a sign on the back wall. Read sign. The sign says, "Caution, press button for emergency shutoff." Push button. Way to go, Roger Wilco. You've just disconnected Vohal's life support system. He's a goner without it. Get out. You can see Vohal struggling to take his last few breaths. Not you again! You think you have won, he wheezes, but all you have done is to seal your own fate. He reaches up and flips a switch on the far end of the console before dropping to the floor dead. Flip, switch. Should do the razor, lower the switch. Lower, switch. Type, enlarge. Isn't that amazing? You are once again reconstituted, this time to the correct size. You notice that the clones are gone. Search Vohal. An examination of his repulsively turgid fabric-encased mass reveals nothing other than the tubes which supplied him with the blood and oxygen. You do notice the letters SHSR written in pen on the back of his left hand. Look, screen. SHSR. Launch aborted. But external temperature is critical. Orbit decaying. That's decent to know. Almost over. I just gotta get out of this stupid asteroid, right? There we go. Perfect. Okay. Open panel. Look around. We're walking through a clear tubular passage which seems to wind in and out along the outer perimeter of the asteroid. There is a box mounted on the west end of this tube. Open box. You open the box and noticing an oxygen mask, remove it and close the box. Okay. I have an oxygen mask now. Yeah, right? He's a jumper. Alright. Wear mask. A section of the glass tubing has fractured from combined stress. The pressurized atmosphere rushes for the relative vacuum of space. Fortunately, wearing the mask protects you from suffocation. No longer needing the mask, you remove and store it for later. This might actually be more annoying. Need to escape. Push button. Get in pod. The robot has apparently decided that it is permissible for you to be here since you are in the pod already. That's why I put it on slow, so now I can put it on fast. Upon entering the escape pod, you quickly take your seat. Push power button. Look around. You are seated inside one of the emergency escape vehicles. Before you lies a control panel and a viewport. Look panel. The only outstanding feature on the panel is the clearly marked launch button, so push launch. Warning, emergency escape vehicle launch sequence has begun. Launch time T minus. Here we go! Whee! Phew, you're going to have to stop cutting these escapes so close, Roger Wilco. Well, you must feel pretty good right now. You stopped Volhall from carrying out his threat of salesman infestation, ultimately destroying the twisted scientist himself. You also managed to save your own skin, and just look at that score! Pretty darn impressive. Suddenly, a warning signal draws your attention to the oxygen meter on the front panel. It reads low and dropping fast. This is just great. You knew it was all too good to be true. You have maybe 5 minutes of air left. Well, Roger Wilco, it was nice knowing you. Look around. Now you take the time to view the interior of the pod in more detail. You see a sleep chamber against one wall. Open chamber. Get closer. You turn back the plexiglass cover. Get in chamber. You make the split-second decision to enter the sleep chamber. It seals automatically. Soon you are overcome by a pleasant drowsiness. This is certainly better than suffocating. You begin to drift away into a deep sleep with the satisfaction of having accomplished your task. You've come through in the clutch, and you deserve a nice long rest. Now someone would just pick you up somewhere along the way. So long, Roger Wilco, and thanks again for saving your people. Hello. Yeah, I actually knew a lot more about this game than I did about the first one. I played this one a lot more when I was younger. So, that is Space Quest 2. So, I was thinking I would probably start Space Quest 3 tonight. Space Quest 3 changes in a way. I think If I'm not mistaken, that's the one that they decide to make it so that when you start typing, the game pauses, which was kind of something that I think a lot of people had complained about back then. Like, we can't, you can't do stuff and type at the same time. And Space Quest 3, I think, is the first VGA? It might still be EGA, but I know Space Quest 3 and Police Quest 2 look very much alike, and so similarly King's Quest 4. They are all kind of, yeah. But I know the third one. The third one has a lot of interesting elements that I liked as a kid. I just, yep, those three. They were all the same. At least before they did the point and click and like the mouse getting heavily involved. I think the mouse, you could use the mouse in those games, but it was limited. It's been a while, so so I'm gonna pause the stream for a bit. Yeah, Leisure Suit Larry too. That was a good game. I didn't play that as a kid though, probably for obvious reasons. I was really little. So, like I said, I'm gonna pause the stream, probably grab a drink or something, and then come back and we'll do Space Quest 3. We'll at least start it. I don't think I'm gonna get very far in it tonight, but I knew I was gonna finish Space Quest 2 today just because of how much I knew about that game and how many times I had solved it, and actually just playing it a little bit earlier this week off stream. At just noticing just how much I remembered about it. It was ridiculous that I didn't know that I was going to remember that much. So, Space Quest 2 done. Space Quest 3 coming up in a few short minutes. But, catch you in a minute after I change everything over.